My name is Karan and you're watching the TechRef channel, and today I'm going to review the Nokia 808 Pureview. Now you must be wondering, why would you review a Nokia 808 Pureview? Well, because this phone has been in the market for the past 6 years, and very few phones have actually been able to come close to its revered camera. Many companies have come up with various phones like the Huawei P20 Pro that has just launched recently for a price of around 65,000 in India, and a few others who've tried to bring that level of quality into the camera. We are going to look at what makes this camera still special even till date. If you go and check in the second-hand market nowadays, these phones are easily going for a price of 14, 12, 12, 14, 15,000 rupees. Why is that? Well, it's not because if this phone has any cutting edge technology or software to offer, but mostly because it offers the best bang for your buck for a camera phone. Let's get started with that, with how the camera it is actually. So let's just have an overview of the phone. Has been a part of my daily usage for the past 6 years. Now, in the past 6 years, 6 years, roughly 5.5 to 6 years old, this phone. So I had bought it almost in a brand new condition. Around 6 years ago. Now everything is working. Whatever in between problems have arose, some with the headphone jack and a little bit with the USB jack over here. I got it all done from Nokia itself. Now let's just have a look at the phone. This is at 4-inch big, so it fits very beautifully in your palms. A 4-inch 640 by 360 screen, very smooth to use, doesn't lag at all. A lock unlock button over here, so you just do it like this and it locks, and you press it again and it unlocks and locks. Volume up, down, a dedicated camera shutter button, the big camera hump over here with the Carl Zeiss lens denoting 41 megapixel sensor with one of the biggest sensors. So now you can see that this is locked, so the moment you press the shutter button it opens over here. So really beautiful mechanics, and of course the LED xenon flash, still no better flash than this till date. It has something over here, a rubber strip for it to better rest in the table when you're placing it flat. Your end call button or your power off, cancel, call button, search, and call. So to be very honest, I have not been using the calling feature or the internet feature in this. As you can see, there is no SIM card inserted over here. I am not using SIM card or anything at all. Uh, at best, I'm using just two features. So primarily, I'm using the camera feature. Sometimes even the music feature, yes. Because even the audio output is good from this. Even till date, it's really good. Let's have a look at the camera interface, shall we? If you look at the camera feature, you get an ND filter, and then the ISO, which is auto, which is completely manual, and then of course the light balance, I would just set it at auto. Then you have the aperture size, so f-stop, and then of course the flash feature. I will put it at off. I don't use flash. Now over here is something where you can really go creative. So this is creative, you have scenes where you can manually set the scene, and then creative. In creative you have got Pureview, full resolution. Now Pureview, in this mode you have an option to take images at 8, 5 and 2 megapixel. What it basically does is it takes a 40 megapixel image and it completely crops it down to a 2 megapixel size. So let's just, for example, let's take a image, and what you get is you get additional zoom because of it. Just hold on a second, let me give you an example of how it actually works. So let's put it at 5. This is the best mode that was advertised at that time by Nokia. So you see, you get that additional zoom, and then you just focus with that additional zoom and you click a pic. Here you go. Just look at the depth. Even after zooming that much, there was no loss of quality at all. That's because it has that Pureview camera. Now you zoom in, and zooming in is a very simple feature. You just do it like this and swipe up to zoom in, swipe down to zoom out. Now if you're out and you want to go for that full resolution scaler, this is where you would be clicking images at 34 megapixel. Now you tap to focus, click a pic. It takes a bit of a second when you're using at full resolution, but then here's the image. Now you tap to zoom in, you tap again. Now this is fully zoomed in. Generally the average size can be anywhere between 10 MB or so, and gives you beautiful details at all times. And of course you can't zoom in with maximum resolution, it clearly states that. And let's look at the video recording. Now this is where this camera is beautiful. It's got a continuous autofocus function, which is a bit wonky at times. You can have your flash turned off while recording or turned on. I'll keep it turned off. Besides that, when you're recording a video, you're recording at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Generally I do it at that vivid quality, 30 frames per second. Yeah. Now what it does is, the audio that you get out of these videos are amazing. You will have a video linked hopefully after this that'll show you the quality of video that you can actually expect from this. It is just amazing. And of course the videos themselves are also highly stabilized, so they are not generally juddery images or videos, and of course with amazing zoom. So if you are recording a video, let's say, and you can really zoom in, you can really zoom in a lot. And if you bring down the resolution a bit more, let's say at 720p, so then you can just zoom in even more further. Let's start from here. And you can see that box, and you just leave, and it zooms seamlessly between that. It's just amazing. I'm leaving a bit of the images and some of the video samples. Let me show you a bit of the images that I feel you would like. So this is an image of a flower. Just look at that quality. Just look at that quality. Look at those petals, and this is zoomed in 100%. Let me show you more. You can do some crazy stuff with it. Let me show you some of those images that I had taken. Just look at this image over here. Let me just focus a bit right here. Now this is an image you would not just regularly get out of anything. Now let me show you the settings that I used for. So I set the exposure time at 2.7 seconds, so that helped the light really come in. And then I set up an exposure compensation of plus 2.0 because it was a really nighttime shot. So at around 11 o'clock or so, I took this image. So at 11:48, yeah, at 11:48 p.m. I took the shot in the night, and white balance was at automatic, and ISO I set at 50. Let me just show you. Let me zoom in and let me show you. So what this image basically was a car speeding forward, and I took this shot. So look at the tail lights. Look at the light pattern that it has been able to retain. It looks almost like a musical symphony. Let me show you some more images. Here is another image that I had taken of Gautam Buddha thing. Look at the water that has just settled over here. Look at the colors that it has captured. It's so natural to look at. The water, the reflection, the shadows that it can cast. It's just amazing. Here's another one. This is a horse, so sort of a thing, with amazing bokeh that you can see, an all natural bokeh, not one of those artificials one that cameras are nowadays implementing. This is all natural. So as you can already make out, this phone is, there's much more than meets the eye with this phone. Now, now the question is that why has Nokia not done any such thing now? I'm hoping that Nokia is back in the game and it will very soon be bringing such innovations again that they did earlier in their heydays when their Symbian one was a boom. So I'm looking forward to Nokia making such phones again, but till that time, I still consider this to be one of the best phones till date. Cameras on the phone till date. Uh, if you can still find one of these phones on a second-hand market or anything, I would still suggest that you go out and buy this phone even now. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and this was a blast from the past for Nokia 808 Pureview, and thank you again so much.